Hello, everybody. My name is Horace Dudley, and I work with the instructional design team here at Dudley University. And yes, my name is on the outside of the building. Okay. So, what we're having this meeting about today is about choosing the learning management system for Dudley University. As you can see, I am working from home today, so I'm sorry that I'm not there with you. However, I do have some notes, and you may see me look down a couple times and here and there, so don't be alarmed. Okay. All right. So, what I'm proposing that we use is the eCollege LMS, Learning Management System, for fully online learning. The reason why we chose this is because it will allow us to create a digital website for our online classroom. Now, we can then upload different learning materials. Some of the learning materials we could upload would be the syllabus, there's the grade book, course policies, um, things that we would be able to get reports that show activity for the user. There's quizzes and other learning resources as well too. Now, students will be able to access the material online from any computer that can access the internet. Now, one of the requirements here for Dudley University is that the students don't have to own a computer. Okay. However, they do need to have access to one 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That will be one of the requirements for this program. Now, learning progress can be tracked with the learning management system as well too. So that can be done with quizzes to show um, the learner's proficiency as well too. Now, communication can be easily managed as well with this learning management system. Instead of us shooting back and forth with emails, the students can use discussion boards to create a community of learning instead of using emails. Students will be able to use experiential learning theories from other students as well too. For example, some students may come back to school that already have the working knowledge or the working background in a certain subject, and they can pass along that information during discussion board or discussion questions that the other student that may not have any experience in that area may be able to learn from as well too. So it's going to create a community of learning as well on through the discussion boards in the learning management system. The one thing I think is the most appropriate type of media for the LMS should be social media tools. Now, this will provide another way for the students to collaborate and communicate with each other. So many times that there's LMS or learning management systems that are out there that have not integrated Web 2.0 tools. But we would like to integrate these into our learning management system. There are many different social media applications that can be used inside of the LMS. Now, I'd like to name just a few, but there's a lot of them out there. Some of them you're probably going to be familiar with, of course, like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, SlideShare, VoiceThread. There's others out there, but we'll just focus on those five right now. Now, Twitter can be used for status updates, just like Facebook, and communication among students. Also, students can also follow certain topics and notable people associated with the class that they're in. Um, Facebook allows status updates, sharing of information like videos and photos, and it can actually create an account for the class for discussion purposes as well too. Now, there's YouTube videos. YouTube videos can be added to the LMS with links and embedded codes, and there's almost a video out there for everything now. So the VoiceThread application would allow the students to participate in a group discussion around images and videos. There's SlideShare out there that can be used to share photos and presentations by the instructor and the students. And selecting the right media tools for the students would help engage the students in the content. That way, students are more apt to return to the online learning environment. And that's really important because one of our business goals here at Dudley University, this is a for-profit university, um, is student retention. And that's very important. And the more that they want to go online and be involved in a learning environment, I believe the more that they would learn, and this will give them more of an opportunity to retain their status here at Dudley University. Now, the LMS would be based on a learner-centered environment, not a teacher-centered environment. It would offer more choices on how and what they want to learn, more learning activities that would be more interactive, especially with the social media tools added. Now, by implementing a learner-centered model for an LMS, we have to take into consideration our mission and purpose, learning structures, learning theories, and the nature of roles. At our university, our mission and purpose is to change lives with education. We want to produce a learning atmosphere from top to bottom. We want our students to be able to discover the wonders of education and knowledge. We are not looking to be instruments to transfer knowledge from the faculty to the student. We want to create a powerful, learning-centered environment for our students. We want to get away from the boring lectures and success based on credit hours. Not saying credit hours are not important, because you need the credit hours to graduate from whatever degree that you're pursuing. However, we don't want that to be the focus. We want to create a dynamic, interactive environment for learning. Not set in stone lectures or times when they have to be there. Remember, we're working with adults. We're working with adult students. We're working with the single parent. We're working with the adult that's working full time. We're in the education business to be flexible for our students. We want success demonstrated by knowledge and skills. Now, before the LMS, learning was teacher focused. Lectures, live teachers, physical classrooms, not anymore. We need to go the route of being student centered. Our program is for the active learner and not the passive learner. We want the learning environment to be socially interactive, where students can learn from one another. The instructor is the facilitator and not the lecturer. Our faculty will no longer be the lecturers. They will be the designers of the courses, methods, and environments. No longer will faculty work independently, but they will work with the student. I say again, remember, our students are learners. One of the learning theories that we will be using will be andragogy. This learning theory was developed by Malcolm Knowles. The foundation of his theory says that as adults mature, their concept of learning goes through a process of going from dependency towards self-directedness. Knowles came up with 5 assumptions: self-concept, adult learner experience, readiness to learn, orientation to learning, and motivating to learn. I'm not going to do a dissertation on all the 5 assumptions, but I will say, without giving a lecture on Knowles' theory, his 5 assumptions are talking about maturity for the adult learner as he moves through from dependency to self-direction. As the adult grows, so does their learning from experience. And we mentioned a little bit about experiential learning as another theory. They develop a reservoir from their experience to draw upon. So the task and social roles become more important as the person ages as well too. And the perspective of learning, that changes into a right now mode as well, shifting from subjects to problems. So let me just say that again. The adult learners are in a more of a right now mode, okay, as well as shifting from subjects to problems. The motivation to learn is not always or not all external anymore. It's more internal, which is called volition. So what we're suggesting here is that Dudley University go with eCollege's learning management system. Any questions?